Welcome to video number 3 in Offline Bullet Cache. The next step of the process is to register the domain name for the website that we're going to build. And the site that I always use is namecheap.com. I always buy most of my websites from Namecheap. Now I've already done this because I've currently got a site that I'm going to build live in front of you. So I've already bought the domain name, and the next stage is to go to your server, to your hosting account, and to actually install WordPress. Okay, so if we go over to my HostGator account, I'm logged in here, and what I'm now going to do is install WordPress onto the new domain name that I've just purchased. So give me a few moments and I'll upload WordPress to the new domain name, and then I will log in at the WordPress admin panel. So I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Now I've just uploaded the domain revolutionfitnessgy.co.uk. Now this is actually my local gym. I'm now going to build a site for my local gym. And this is the WordPress site. As you can see, there's nothing on it. It's a completely blank website. So what I'm going to do now is log in and then customize some of my settings in the admin panel, and then go through various other bits and pieces. So I will log in and I will be back in a few moments. Okay, here we are. Now logged in to the new site. The first thing I usually do is go to update now, because there's usually always an update that's required. So this is our new website that we're now going to customize. So far we've registered the domain, installed WordPress, and now we're going to go through, install a theme, and also configure all of the settings down here. So when you go to settings in general, and writing, reading, discussion, all those, I'll go through those with you and just show you exactly what I do whenever I build new sites. So the first thing we're going to do is upload a theme. The theme that I use is the free Semiologic theme. It's completely free to use. Go to themes and then install themes. So I will install this theme right now. Here we are. So I will activate the theme. Okay, so we now have a new theme installed. So if we go to the website and have a quick look, get rid of that and Namecheap, we don't need that. So Revolution Fitness, so here we go. So we've got the basic theme installed. So what we do now is go through and just configure some of the settings, and this is the stage when you can order your header for your site, because you don't want to waste any time. So we go back to the site. Now what you've got to do at this stage, you obviously know what type of business that your client's site is going to be about. So what you need to do is look at their business, their company, and just see what types of colours and fonts they've got on any of their business cards and any of their flyers. So what you then do is create a header for your site around those same fonts. So if you give the fonts to your designer, to your web designer, then they will be able to copy the exact same fonts from the flyer or from the business card that you get from your client. And this is how I build all of my sites. I'll show you exactly what I mean when I build the header for this site. Okay, so now is the time when you need to order your header. Now in case you're not sure how wide to make your header and how thick, the measurements that I use for all of mine are 950 by 140 pixels. So that's going to be 950 wide and 140 high. The reason why I don't make my headers very high is because it just eats up too much space on the actual site. So when you go there, if the header's too big, then that's going to take up just too much space, and it just looks ugly, and it doesn't look very professional. So 950 by 140, that's the size of the header you need. So you can give those measurements to your designer, to your web designer, whoever that's going to be, and they will build you the header based around those measurements. Now the reason why it's always 950 wide is because if we go to layout, the ones that here, look, canvas, you see 950 pixels wide, and I usually use the same types of layout every time. So if we use the wide content sidebar, that's 950 wide. Okay, if you use, there's a double sidebar, this one here, that could be a bit bigger, I can't remember. No, that's 950 as well. 950 is pretty much a safe measurement to build your headers at, because you can use quite a few different templates for this semi-loaded or semi-logic free theme. Now if you go down any further, if you go to like a small content, this is only 750, so by all means you can use this one, but obviously your header is going to be too long for this particular layout, so just remember that. But I always use 950, and I usually choose the wide content sidebar and make sure I've got a sidebar on the side. As I said in one of the previous videos, if you can't add a sidebar on your site, then it's not the end of the world. Okay, if the client that you're building the site for hasn't got many additional products, or maybe he just hasn't had time to take any pictures, then you're going to have to leave the sidebar off for now. But then you can always come back at a later date and then add the sidebar. Just change the layout, and it's really simple, and you won't have to change the header because it's going to be the exact same size. So you now need to go and order your header, and then while your header is on order, you can then progress and build the site. So if we scroll down to the bottom of the page, go to settings, and I'll just scroll through and show you what to do. Right, the first thing to do is obviously put your main keyword at the top here. So for me, it's going to be Revolution Fitness Gym, Great Yarmouth. As you can see, I am doing this live. This is the actual live, this is the live site build. So do that. I will leave my email address in here for now. I will leave that in there for now, and then scroll down, save changes. Revolution Fitness Gym, Great Yarmouth. So that's the first one done. Next one is writing. I don't usually change too much on here. You can add some more ping services down there if you like, but I just usually keep that as default. Reading. Now what you want is, you need a static page. Okay, when you submit your first piece of content for your home page, that's going to be, what you'll have to do is, where it says front page here, that's going to be your post. So you click that, and your post page, when you make a new post, your new post will be here, and then you click the post, and blog pages show one post, and then save changes. But obviously we can't do that in a minute because we haven't uploaded any content, but we'll do that pretty soon. Discussion. What usually happens is I turn the comments off, because I mean, by all means you can leave them on, but personally I turn them off, because most offline clients that I've built sites for, they don't maintain the site very well. So you're going to be getting loads of comments in the admin panel and in your WordPress dashboards, but your offline client probably won't log in that much to really approve the comments, because you've got to remember that they aren't always going to know how to go into the admin panel and change things. But it is completely up to you. I usually turn them off just to make things easier. And you can allow the pingbacks and trackbacks off, but we'll just leave that on for now. But that's the only one that I usually deselect, and then scroll down and then save changes. I have tested this both ways, and it's just easier for me, and it's just less work, because otherwise you're going to have to constantly go in and approve the comments if you are required to maintain the site. Right, next we'll go down to privacy. Allow search engines to index this site. Okay, save changes, make sure that's definitely on, because otherwise you won't be getting any search engine traffic whatsoever. And this one, they've actually changed. WordPress did an upgrade a while back where they've automatically got a post name, so you want that. So save changes. And that is pretty much it for video number 3. So what we've done, we've registered the domain, installed WordPress, we've installed the free theme from Semio Logic, we've ordered the customized header. Okay, at this stage you should have already, or you should have now, as I've said in this video, is gone off to order your header from your designer. And the next thing we did was we configured all of the settings in the admin panel, and that is it for this video. It's really simple. Okay, if you missed anything, you can always obviously go over this video as many times as you want. But if you're not entirely sure how to make your headers, then watch the next video when I'm going to upload the header and show you exactly what the header that I've made for this site looks like, and then you can perhaps take some information and take some tips and stuff from that and use that in your own headers that you make for clients. So I will see you in video number 4.